Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of God, the Compassionate, the Merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Amini Swedi, and you're listening to the Murid Talks podcast. Welcome back once again to another solo episode of the podcast. And in today's episode, we shall be exploring the art of going nowhere. The art of going nowhere. Recently, as I was playing with my son, I had an interesting realization. Children are extremely good at going nowhere. They don't even worry about doing a thing for the sake of an extrinsic outcome. We were running around a table, an act of chasing him in circles, and he was so into it, enjoying every moment. And it is these sorts of repetitive actions that children are extremely fond of. As soon as they enjoy a certain game, they'd always prompt you to play it with them again and again. Fascinatingly, this reminded me of the ritual of circumambulation. When the pilgrims of Hajj in Mecca, for example, circle around the Kaaba, what is it they're meant to achieve? Now bear with me. I reckon absolutely nothing. It's a sacred game. If you take time to study this act of pilgrimage in Islam, it is based on an enactment of the mythic stories of Abraham and his family. The pilgrims are basically role-playing. Now, this isn't only about this particular ritual, but I would say that it is true for most rituals. What are we meant to achieve by repeatedly bowing and prostrating, for example? Or the act of the Eucharist? And I'm asking specifically in the here and now. Forget about the religious talk of earning some points with God for some future reward. And it could very well be that's actually the case, that you will earn some future reward with God. But I'm asking, what do you gain when you perform that act as you are performing it? There is no such reward. It is basically a participation in a divine play. And these words, game and play, get a bad rep, to be honest. But we observe great talent in plays, whether it be playing music or sports. Putting aside, of course, the commercialization of such events, we enjoy it when we're listening to someone play a good piece of music, or when we do it ourselves. We enjoy good sports. A play or a game is meant to be enjoyed for the sake of it, not for some extrinsic gain. Like the child running around the table, I reckon this is the whole point of life. We do hear statements such as life is a game and life is a theater-like act. Interestingly, a theater act is also known as a play. And actors, both in theater and cinema, play a role. And having observed really good actors, they find enjoyment, fulfillment in playing the role. Of course, as an artist, you do expect feedback, you do expect some sort of review of what you've done, a reaction. But a true artist in their game enjoys the game itself. And the reward, the reaction, the feedback comes later on. It's being in that moment that fulfills them. So, this sort of attitude, of course, seeing life as a game or a theater-like act, basically points to the conclusion or the hypothesis that life is ultimately pointless. And I would incline to agree. Basically, life isn't meant to point to anything but life itself. Living is the point of life. But saying this is an inherently pointless statement to make. It's like saying the point of fire is to heat. Well, you can't separate the two. Heat is inherent in fire. Fire just hits. It is what it is. So separating the living from life to make a point is utterly meaningless. Life is living and living is life. The Hindu tradition had noticed this subtlety when they referred to manifested reality as lila, which means a divine play, divine drama. To put it mythically, creation is God's amusement. God is the director of the divine theater, and we're all roles played by this actor-director. Self-directed, self-acted. So basically what the Hindus are saying is that Maya, the effect of Brahman, effect might not be the right word to use, but for the lack of a better word, I will use the word effect of Brahman, the ultimate reality, is Lila, it's a divine play. And Maya is usually translated in English as illusion. Now, of course, for most people, the concept of illusion means something fake, something not real. But the etymology of the word, as we've discussed before, is illudere. Illusion comes from these two roots. Illudere, meaning in play. So illusion, which is the translation of Maya, again, we can't translate anything in 100%. But I believe if we are to use the etymological meaning of illusion, then it is quite an interesting translation of Maya, in play. Now, one might ask, if that is the case, if we theorize that Maya, this illudere, this illusion, this effect of Brahman, of the ultimate reality, is a divine play, what is the purpose? I would say there is no purpose, but the play itself. It's like playing the saxophone or the piano. Now one could interject and say, well, the point is creative expression. Okay, sure. But say one is playing alone in a room, who are they expressing it to? If it is to themselves, then it is as simple as saying fire heating. Fire just hits as self-expression. It just is what it is. So God, in self-expressing, isn't doing it for anything or anyone. There is no extrinsic outcome. It just is what it is. Like my son, God is going around in circles and having a laugh at it. Now, this reminds me of the story of the merchant and the farmer. One day, a merchant walks by a farmer resting under a tree during the middle of the day. Shocked, he comments, "Why aren't you working?" The farmer remarks that he's done his day's work and is currently enjoying the breeze under the shade. "But you could do more," says the merchant. "What for?" asks the farmer. "To harvest more," says the merchant. "What for?" asks the farmer once again. "So you can sell the extra product." "What for?" "So you can be rich." "What for?" "To get a bigger and better place, more farms, more product, more sales, richer, richer, richer." "What for?" "So you can rest, assured that you have the best in life," says the merchant finally. "Well, I'm already doing that," says the farmer. "The only thing bothering me is you." See, this parable highlights a major problem of our current mentality. We're always running towards something, seeking the next reward, never taking time to enjoy the moment, to truly be in the act. We go to school to prepare for careers, get into careers to earn money to be rich, become rich to identify with a certain status or social image, believing that we shall then be truly happy. We've lost the art of going nowhere, always racing to be somewhere. But like the rat running on a wheel, we are actually going nowhere in our rat race. No wonder we're in deep dissatisfaction. We no longer play. We condescend those who play. Yet the only time we take a break and have a semblance of this enjoyment is by watching others play, whether it be in the cinema, or watching a game on the TV. We numb ourselves with intoxicants, be it alcohol, drugs, or social media, until the next day comes for us to hop on back on the conveyor belt thinking that we shall ultimately break through. Yet we never do. So I ask you, dear listener, when will we bring back the play in life and truly enjoy the living? And I don't mean all of this to preach, but it is important to ask ourselves, when was the last time we truly enjoyed an activity without a goal in mind? Learned a new skill because it interested us, went out for a walk, not for weight loss, but to just take in the scenery, sparked a conversation with a stranger and enjoyed their company, had dinner with friends without sharing countless photos on social media. And I'm not suggesting that having goals in life is a bad thing, but even that should be done for its own sake. For then one truly will enjoy the goal and be present with it, not seeking the next high. Keep this in mind, dear listener. Contemplate on it. As for myself, if everything fails, I shall run in circles with my son and let him teach me what it means to be in the act and master the art of going nowhere. Until next time, I bid you farewell and a lovely day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.